Welcome to Cage Minds, Micah Frankel. Check out some shirts at ziashirts.com to support what we're doing and keep up the energy with our friends at Dubby. Today we got a special one coming at you ahead of the biggest BKFC card ever, Knucklemania 5. Going to be a part of that card. Our guest right now, Apostle Spencer. How you doing, sir?
Doing good, man. I'm just excited for this card. It's such a big event, and I'm just thankful and grateful to be part of it.
Second fight with the promotion. I'm sure that after the fight a year ago, you were chomping at the bit to get back in there. What did it mean to get this kind of opportunity?
Oh, it means everything to me. My whole life has brought me to this point, and it's prepared me for this, I feel. I feel like this is my destiny at this point. And my goal is just to live every moment and actually live in the moment for this one. I'm always too busy living in the future and living in the past. So I want to really just live in the moment for this and live it to the fullest. Yeah.
Was that something that you were struggling with in the first fight in the debut?
It was part of it. You know, I was talking with my wife and she said, babe, she said, you just need to quit fighting for your mom, quit fighting for your mom's death, for her killing herself, quit fighting for this, quit fighting for that, because right away I'm fighting with emotion. I'm fighting with too much emotion and I'm way too worked up. And then I do stupid shit. Yeah. Do dumb stuff and just run straight into punches, instead of being smart. So yeah, really rang a bell and a light came on when she said that. And I said, babe, you're right. I need to, she says, you need to fight because you love it. And I was like, ding, ding, a big light came on my head. I said, babe, you're absolutely right. Because right away I'm fighting with emotion. And if I'm just fighting because I love it, I automatically just loose right away. And that's what I want to be, is just loose and flowy so I can really showcase my skills. Yeah.
It was a few seconds that last fight, really. It was under a minute. Did you feel like it was over aggressive that you let that much hang out that quickly?
Oh yeah, and honestly, right before I walked out, Kane's dad, and we're getting warmed up and literally just getting ready to walk out, and he yells, he says, "He's a sacrificial lamb, son. He's a sacrificial lamb." And I let it piss me off. I got all pissed off and I said, sacrificial lamb? I said, we'll fucking see about that. Yeah. I let it get me mad. It was my fault. And honestly, I needed that because I learned from that. And I learned that, I allowed my emotions to be controlled. And I don't like that. I need to be in control of my emotions. And so that's what I've been working on the most since my last one is my mental game, doing a lot of meditation and zenning out and just looking within, looking deep within myself and my soul and doing a lot of soul searching. Yeah.
Did it surprise you that it bothered you so much that you caught what he said and that it affected you in that manner?
No, definitely not, because, I deal with anger issues as it is, which, it was just a big wake up call that it needed to really be remedied and worked on, my anger, because, if my anger is getting control of me on the daily in my daily life, then it's obviously going to take control of me in a fight with such high emotion and such, high intensity. So it's always been that for me, even back in MMA, like a lot of people need to get like psyched up. I need the opposite because I'm already way up here on the daily. I'm already psyched up and way up here. So I need the opposite. I need to calm. I need to be chill. I need to be cool, calm, and collected so I can think smart, and instead of just fighting off emotion and just running into punches. Yeah.
With that new outlook, how has that changed this camp, this preparation?
It's just brought the enjoyment back again. It's fun again. And like the wife said, don't do it for your mom or this or that. Do it because you love it. So it's really changed it. It's brought the fun back. And that's really what it's always been about for me. I love this shit. I don't do it for the money. The money is a bonus. I just love fighting. So I'm literally just enjoying every moment and every second of this, and really looking forward to this fight, just super excited about it because it's such a big opportunity and such a big card. And I just really want to make the most of it. Yeah.
Have you allowed yourself to get into the thoughts of what it'll be like going out there, Philadelphia? They're gonna boo the living shit out of you because you're fighting a local guy.
Yeah, I love that, man. I've thought about it a lot because that's part of my meditation as I do a lot of visualization. I feel that's key. Visualization and going over in your mind over and over and over again. So when you're actually in the situation, it ain't nothing because you've already done it a million times in your head. So I've really been focusing on that in this fight camp. And yeah, just staying calm and having fun and being smart, and enjoying the process and enjoying the moment.
You're apostle, you have a son named Creed. Please tell me you're gonna go run those rocky steps.
Oh, 100%. I told Coach Derek that, I said, brother, we have to run the Rocky Balboa steps. I said, that's a bucket list deal for me. And he said, hell yeah, brother, me too. And I says, let's take some pictures. I said, screw pictures. I said, we're doing a video too, man. I said, that's a bucket list deal. That's epic. Yeah.
What does it mean to you to kind of be in this process of having the first one out of the way, of having to get those kind of angst and nerves through with at this point?
And yeah, it feels good, to have that, under my belt, another notch on my belt, because it was, such a pressure cooker. Right before we walked out, David Feldman says 7 billion people on Fubu, for the first time. And whew, the nerves hit. And that's something I've always dealt with since I was a little boy, with severe anxiety. And that's a big reason why I do this, yeah, is to face that fear, to face that, that the fear of, the crowd and the nerves, because my nerves in the past would get the best of me, and they would just like lock me up, and I've always waged this war against it because it's like they're trying to stop me from achieving my dream, and I continually, face that fear, and I continually just keep putting myself in uncomfortable positions until I'm comfortable being uncomfortable. Yeah. So then I can
Totally.
go out there and perform to my fullest.
And now we have a big stage to perform on. 18,000 people are expected to be around there. That's super cool. And a super tough opponent in, I'm trying to look up his name here
Johnny,
real quick so I can
yep,
look.
Johnny Garb, yeah, Gabriano,
Johnny
but they call
Garbriano. Yeah, that's the part I was going to have trouble spitting out without looking
right.
at it. Garbriano,
Yeah, a lot easier to say Garb.
a local guy, has MMA experience. This is going to be his bare knuckle debut. I don't know if you listened to the Bare Knuckle show this past week. They kind of talked him up a bit on there. So it feels like this is already a position for you where it's a little bit of a uphill climb.
Oh, 100%. I'm the old man. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not supposed to win. I'm the old guy. And so yeah, I'm a big underdog on this one. And he's the up and comer. He's the pride of Philly and all that. And I respect him 100%. I mean, I respect any opponent that gets in that ring, or any man or woman that gets in that ring, especially the squared circle with no gloves. Yeah. It takes a special breed to do this shit right here with these bare knuckles. And I respect anybody that gets in there. So much respect to them. And I'm looking forward to sharing the ring with them. And like I said, man, I love being the underdog. So bring it on. Yeah. Bring on the booze and all that shit. Yeah. I love it.
Is there any value or benefit to kind of looking into his MMA fights? Or do you say, no, most likely with the lack of elbows, knees, kicks, he's going to be a different looking fighter in bare knuckle?
No, not at all, because I watched more of his boxing than I did MMA, honestly. That's what I wanted to see more of. And he's a well-rounded fighter, he's a good fighter. And I'm expecting a war, it's going to be a fucking war. And I'm sure, he's expecting just to run through me because I'm an old man, but I've taken my licks and I've learned my lessons and I'm coming back 10 times stronger. Yeah. So I got something for him.
The been there and the done that, not to mention the adversities that you've went through. How much does that thickening of your skin become an advantage when you're like, I'm going into a heavy situation, but I've been there before?
Yeah, it works in my advantage, in a big way, I feel, just the experience, and I've been in a lot of wars in the past and MMA and stuff like that, and I know what I'm made of, and going through all those wars and having to dig deep, you really find out what you're made of, and I know what I'm made of, and I know what I'm capable of. And I'm coming into this one with 100% confidence, and I'm going to give it everything I got, because this is a once in a lifetime opportunity and I'm going to make the most of it. Like I said, yeah.
You mentioned your coach, Derek Pettis, one of the more experienced guys in BKFC. What's some of the best advice you could share with us that he's given you?
Man, I love Derek, first of all. He's like my brother. You know what I mean? He's such a warrior. I just got so much respect for the guy. I love him like a brother. And, you know, um, the best advice he has for me, is to stay calm, go out there, stay calm and have fun. You know what I mean? And that was the biggest because with my last one and the nerves and, my anger and got the best of me. And as a matter of fact, the last one he tells me, he says, take your time. And what did I do? I went out there and rushed straight into bare knuckles, ran into him, honestly. I ran across the cage straight into those knuckles, And so that was the best advice. He said, take your time, and I didn't listen last time. But I'll tell you what, I learned my lesson and I'm going to listen this time. Yeah.
Well, fair enough. That's something that we had to tell Derek as advice for years before he listened.
Right. Yeah. Right. We're hard headed. Yeah. That's why we do this shit.
He knows
uh,
he's an
we,
underdog,
we,
but he
we
has
learned
a
the
big
hard
bite.
way. uh,
He's Apostle Spencer. He knows he's the underdog, but he's coming out to bite. Sir, truly appreciate you taking a couple minutes so we can get an interview before you head out to Philadelphia.
Hey, you bet, man. I appreciate you. Thank you.